As you can see, Danny taking a breather here inside. Big Earl's just trying to stay alive. He's going to actually be hunted down by Valu, picks up that kill. The payload's contested. Their shredder has come down. Not sure how many people it hit, but in the end, there's no real kills coming off of this.
Both tanks are down now. Valu, Taja, and Unfixed just cleaning up, and looks like eUnited are going to be able to hold before the first checkpoint.
Yeah, I think that's going to be it. We see even Shard just going to jump direct on top of Mana to finish him off here. And they're going to stagger in one below the pulse bomb. He's going to get one kill, but in all honesty, one kill's not going to be enough. And eUnited will maintain control and stop Singularity Ninjas at the first point.
It was interesting what they were trying to do on the side of Singularity. Down barrier up for Calyx. They've got a pulse bomb along with the tactical advisor and nothing to answer it.
Let's see. Attack bites from Mond, if he can get a good position, would be very deadly. You can see Cruz 70% on his blade, trying to build up to it, but the pulse bomb comes through. It connects on a Mort. That's going to be a big healer now down. Cruz at 90% on his ultimate, but Mond is forcing them back.
Cruz was able to get the deflect kill onto Nerf from that tactical visor. Miners goes down, and somehow these ultimates not paying off for either team. It seems like if you got the ultimate advantage, you're going to actually lose the fight so far. Donnie is trying to keep on the point for now, but here is the blade coming out from Cruz, just trying to spot out the Diva. She's actually already gone down to Unfixed, and looks like eUnited might have just done it so far. 1 meter away, it's getting contested by the Winston, but he will fall. And wow.
I mean, let's be honest, Jamerson, that was a lot closer than we ever expected. He had so many great matches on Village and Nepal in general on his Zenyatta, but he's been relatively quiet so far, I think, in this series.
So mirrored comps coming out here on Village as both teams face off here on the high ground. Currently Singularity Ninjas forcing them back just a little bit, but that allows eUnited to play a little bit of LOS, cut down some of the angles, but Craggy comes in, takes out Sherrick. That's the huge tank going on out there, but frags coming on in from both sides, but Singularity Ninjas walking away with the man advantage.
Yeah, Nerf actually played that one extremely well because you saw United, they were trying to bait him in for a jump, trying to bait him in to go a little bit too deep and then just kill him, because with the way that United were staying together, they all grouped up and they wanted to punish him, but he didn't have his attack visors. So if he's going to use it, it might be a little bit aggressive or be a, keep myself alive while I'm being attacked. But actually, Lind, he takes Blue Box down. There's no Transcendence here. The Pulse Bomb's going to come in, but it just doesn't seem to have connected onto anything. And Singularity Ninjas have already picked up 2 initial kills.
Yeah, it's 6v4 now, forcing Morte off the spot. Now Sherrick, though, answers right on back with that Tesla Cannon. Cleans up both Nerfed and Calyx, and they are going to be able to swap the point finally on the side of Singularity Ninjas. Overtime ticking on down as Morty tries to get on there, but he takes it. He looks Rocket to the face. Valotaya is going to try to get onto the point, but there's a Transcendence coming up for Boombox just to try and delay.
Yeah, just want to make sure to touch that point and not let that self-destruct completely zone them off here. Monde popping that tactical visor, just completely zoning them away. They really can't contest the point here, and Singularity Ninja is going to be off to a strong start here on control.
All right. And right, if you play too passive, that allows a team like eUnited to take advantage of you. Yeah. And right now we are opening up here onto Shrine as Cruz gets the first frag onto Calyx. 6v5 in favor of eUnited. Point hasn't even unlocked yet.
You can see, though, again, the pressure Shark can jump directly over towards Lind, and the rest of the team's going to be there to respond, at least help protect him for a little bit of time before the rest of them do fall. And smart by Nerf and Danny to just sacrifice themselves instead of feeding over ult percent. That's kind of the way control goes, is when the team initially picks up that, as we've seen Shark and Cruz so far.
Yeah, so the triple DPS dive just paying dividends for eUnited so far here on Shrine, as overtime is now coming on out. Transcendence gets bought out from both sides, but sound barriers are going to be used also. Self-destruct going to be committed by Donnie. They will be able to flip the point with that, but it's a small lifeline for them at this point, as eUnited are currently winning this fight.
Yeah, Craggy either fell off or killed himself with a pulse bomb somehow. Cruz actually is just barely alive here too. He needs to be healed up immediately here for them to take this point back, with the kill feast all going red. You can sure as hell guarantee that eUnited are going to pick up this point here and we'll tie things up at 1 apiece.
Yeah, I mean, there was nothing for them to gain at that point, right? They're already at 99%. You might as well just give it the positioning there, fight in a better battlefield instead of trying to all fight on top of the point. And at that point, it worked out for eUnited.
It's just very similar to like a tug of war, where they allowed Singularity Ninjas to engage upon them. eUnited back. If we do get that village again, probably switching back to the Diva. And I mean, I feel like this is the perfect map for Cruz to really pop off.
Yeah, he was dropped a little low, but he will get healed up by Morte. Now both teams just fighting over the high ground, but Unfixed has a nice angle, getting some ultimate charge off, currently in the lead up against Monstrosser. But Craggy facing off against his counterpart, Valotaya.
Yeah, but with Valu having that positioning, he has the Mega to heal up with, where now it forces Lin to look over to Craggy to heal him up. So with Anna obviously healing the Tracer, you're not healing your Winston, you're not healing your Soldier. And it obviously takes away from a lot of the healing, a lot of pressure you can apply. But Yeah, I mean, with all that talk.
A little bit too aggressive there.
Oh,
That's
he
actually
wanted it.
huge. As Unfix gets the kill onto Danny. Unfix getting closer and closer to his tactical visor. There's nothing to counter him.
Mani's gonna pop his. Looks like he's doing some decent damage, but eventually he's gonna fall here now. Unfix with that going down, he just pops his own. And they're gonna zone them off the point here. 99% still built up for them. And Singularity Ninjas are up to 90 themselves, but they just don't have the people alive. They're gonna turn the point, and eUnited have more than they need to pick up their second point on Nepal and now be one map away from getting through into the grand final.
Trying to make their way into the grand finals, but Boombox once again coming in with that. Zenyatta gets the first frag onto Calyx.
That really shouldn't happen. Honestly, that shouldn't happen. I think Danny should have had that defense matrix up, and Boombox just taking advantage of knowing the angles and knowing the timings. Picks up an easy first kill and an easy first point hold. That's rough. That's really rough. And you can tell maybe there's some disparity within Singularity. And maybe they're getting down on themselves, realizing they could be out now, but they need to come back. They need to just focus up. Maybe let Lind work that high ground area yet again, which he was able to get the better of Boombox.
Yeah, no, it's actually pretty interesting. Danny himself has picked up 72% on his ultimate charge with that Diva. That's a lot of damage actually coming out, but somehow he wasn't able to really pick up any kills during that last team fight. Now they're fighting onto the point, 50% for eUnited already, but currently, it's Nerf that gets the frag onto Morty. It's going to be a 1-for-1 trade, though, as Nerf is finally forced off the point, and now Singularity Ninjas with the man advantage, taking out Sherrick, taking out Cruz, will be able to flip it.
I actually really like how you pointed out the fact that Danny had his, 70-80% built up on his self-destruct, where Cruz in there had I think, 30 to 40. So there's a couple of aspects to that, where Singularity Ninjas lost that fight. That wasn't even a close fight for the initial get-go. But maybe that shows that Danny was more about doing damage instead of protecting teammates. Because we obviously saw Calyx go down off the bat with Boombox hitting him. So maybe that just kind of shows the presence of him and the mindset of him of wanting to be aggressive and wanting to maybe be that playmaker, where Cruz is being more defensive. Especially when you've played against teams like Rogue, you need to be able to protect your back line and use that defense matrix to the best possibility.
Yeah, now Singularity Ninjas pushing forward, as he did see eUnited pushing out, trying to get onto the point, and Nerf already getting the mech off on Cruz. Morty goes on down, and Nerf just coming up huge so far with this Winston.
I mean, they invested a trance into this. I would imagine not going to invest too much more. Only picking up one kill. Shark actually going to pop his Primal Rage. Resuit's going to come in back in for Cruz. He's looking for his self-destruct, but there's just too many kills. I'm not sure why they invested those ultimates into it, but either way, now they have to deal with this. They do have the pulse bomb. Calyx is going to have his Soundbird at least count this for now, and they do have the tac visor. The problem is, if you're unfixed in this situation, you want to get high ground control. But I think the way eUnited are going to play this is go through main, get onto the point, and force Singularity to fight them on the ground. Oh, Boombox. Oh, no.
All right, so now they are trying to contest onto the high ground right now. Bo3 is trying to get into the back line, but he needs to get spotted out. Soundberry comes out on the side of Singularity Ninjas along with that self-destruct from Cruz, but he's never able to get back into his mech. He goes down to Calyx, now unfixed on the high ground position, already outmanned here. Has to be careful trying to find his frag. Will not be able to pick it up onto Mountain. Has to fall back into this mini health pack.
The thing is, I like Diva, and I like Diva on Village, but Cruz's Diva on this point has just not been successful for them. They lost the first time they played on Village. They're going to lose the second time as well. His Genji has just been working a lot better for them in general. Whether or not that's just because his Diva isn't as...
Over the high ground so far, 10 seconds until the point unlocks. Now, eUnited have been sitting on match points, but with that initial frag, that is a great opening for them, taking out Craggy, and we're seeing them immediately go aggressive up against Singularity Ninjas.
Yeah, it's too hard for eUnited to even contest that position because of the Diva on the other side. Danny's just going to be able to take or mitigate too much damage, but once Valor picked up that initial kill, they immediately jumped in. You saw Cruz somehow need to deal with this man to prevent him from getting a snowball, because look at all these people grouped up in this corner.
Yep, we do have the sound barrier coming up from eUnited right now. Danny on the point, trying to contest. They cannot give this up as the nano boost does come on out. But the transcendence, and he immediately gets booped off the edge by Calyx. But is that going to be enough? eUnited have such a huge man advantage, cleaning up Calyx and Lin there. They've just done it. They should be able to flip on the point. Overtime ticking away, and that's going to be eUnited walking away with a 2-0 victory. But it was close on both maps.
Yeah, it was a lot.